But did they lose it because
Or say it loud.
Did they lose it because he was not working as much, or
Oh,
what?
he was laid off.
Oh, he was laid off.
That was the Depression, and
okay.
Ford laid everybody off.
Yeah.
That was during that era. He couldn't make the payment on the mortgage.
Yeah.
So, in later years, he said, "Oh, I could have saved it. I could have saved that house, but something I don't remember how that story ended." He was laid off.
Yeah.
They were laid off quite a long time. That was when we first went to a farm.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, yeah. Because on the farm,
you can
grow your own food and all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But but the house, he built too much house, and he went in over his head.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your dad told us that he actually dug by hand that foundation.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
He told us because he was already old enough to remember that.
Right.
Because we lived while that house was being built. Tony said it was a garage. It was just a little, building, a small like a garage.
Right.
And it was the floor was dirt.
Right.
There was no floor.
Right.
And I was just in the crib.
Right.
So I was pretty small. I was not allowed out of that crib. That was my headquarters.
Yeah.
Because there was no floor.
Yeah.
So while that big house was being built, we were living in that little
garage,
and I distinctly remember hearing them talk about Bruno Hauptmann when he kidnapped the Lindbergh baby.
Oh.
So it was in that era.
Uh-huh.
And as a little child, I was kind of scared because, I'm a little child and the man kidnapped the baby.
Yeah. Oh my God. And you remember that from being a child.
I remember that. I remember hearing them talk.
And you were what, 3 or something?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
And I just right now I can't remember what year that baby was kidnapped, but I distinctly remember them talking among themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And but they don't, adults don't realize what little children hear.
Yeah.
And how that affects
Sure.
the child.
Sure.
Because I remember being really
You were
kind of
scared.
And I was a child that, as I remember my little kid days, my mother didn't talk to me or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember her playing with me or any kind of thing. I remember her feeding me, and I remember how she would make a soft-boiled egg.
Yeah.
And mix, because I like the yellow, but I didn't like the white. I still am that way. She would mix that yellow with the white and feed it to me. I remember that distinctly.
Oh my goodness.
And but I do not remember her. She would talk to me, of course, in Lithuanian.
Yeah.
Kiaušinienė, that's how you say egg in Lithuanian. And then she valgyti kiaušinienė. And I remember having a little spoon, and I remember the yellow, and I was glad for that because I could eat that.
Right.
And in the bed, I always ate in the bed. I was in that crib.
Right.
And I stayed there.
Wow.
And so that's quite a memory to me, that egg with the yellow mixed with the white. So
that's an incredible memory.
I think so, because gosh, I remember that stuff. And if Kurt says, well, get me the so-and-so, I have to know where everything is. Like, he's got stuff here for the garage paperwork for something for the loader. I have to have that loader book. I have to be able to produce that.
Right.
And it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I'm able to not everything. I can't find my keys.
Yep,
That-
that's right. Your little box of
That
keys
son of a
or
gun.
container of keys.
Yeah. But anyway, a lot of things I remember, and I remember going across the street in Royal Oak. I had to go get water. Ask the neighbor for a pail or whatever they gave me to carry, a
Mm-hmm.
pail of water, and I can't forget that, getting a pail of water. Because our water apparently was shut off.
Yeah.
Yeah, depression. It was just getting closer to the time that we had to abandon the ship.
Right. So you were
Yeah.
older at that point and in the house.
it?
You were older and in the house that he was building at
Oh,
that
yeah.
point. Yeah.
Well, what he did initially, he rented that house out. We still staying in the back in the in the shed. you
Oh
might
my
say.
goodness.
He rented it out. His plan was to have a 2-story house, live downstairs, rent upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
That was his idea, because the way the house was laid out, people could come in the front door and go directly upstairs. That's their territory.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a French door,
Oh.
glass door, and that would be locked. That's this part of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was the plan. But the renters were skipping out on the rent.
Oh.
That was the same old story. They wouldn't pay the rent. So, there it was. It wasn't working.
Yeah.
So, the renters left, and now the depression's coming. And by that time, we were in the house.
Okay.
We had no furniture.
Right.
I still remember the kitchen sink. That, the old style kitchen sink.
Right.
You've probably seen some somewhere. You had the sink. This was all open. You had the pipes
Right. Right.
and no counter.
Right. Just the sink.
And you had the little ledge there for the drain, but there was no counter.
Right.
And I remember that sink.
Oh my.
And it seems like I don't remember the cupboards, but the sink stuck with me, and the floor in that house. It was kind of similar to this design, but not that color.
Okay.
And when I went to put this floor down, I wanted that design.
Oh.
And
Well,
I remember that floor and that sink. So in today's era, I'm sure they've got it all. The kitchen is all remodeled, modern,
mm-hmm. Right. Right.
But and I remember the entrance to the house on the side of the house. I remember that, and I remember that when you stepped in the door, it was basement stairs right there.
Oh.
Those could have been dangerous, really,
Oh.
because it's a little vestibule like small,
Uh-huh.
and
And the
you know,
stairs went.
stairs right down.
But then you said there's also stairs going up for the
And
renters.
that went up 2 steps or something to go into the kitchen.
Oh.
So there's so many things I remember about that house. I remember the plaster, because it wasn't like smooth. It had the little pointy, like,
Oh.
what would you call that? If you took paint, and it was a certain paint, and took your brush and swept it up,
Yeah. I
you
don't
get
know.
little points.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
The whole wall, the walls were all of that. There's a certain name for that.
Huh.
And I remember that paint job. I don't remember the color. But I
Right.
remember
How that was painted. That's neat.
You know, if you put your hand over it, it'd be all rough.
Right, right.
And so there's so many things
like
that I really...
The ceilings were called popcorn ceilings.
Yeah, the ceilings, I don't remember. I think they were just plastered smooth.
Yeah.
But that little, I know there's a name for that kind of
Yeah.
a type of painting. So anyway, that was kind of nice. I liked that.
Yeah. Cool.
I did like it. And and I remember how it was laid out, like the living room area, no furniture, just a room with empty. And I remember the crisscrossy front windows. I don't know if those front, when I did get to go there that one time a while back, I don't know if those, I call them crisscross windows. I don't remember if they were still there at that time. The windows are still there the same, but they might just be regular windows.
Right, right.
But so many things you remember about.
So where did you sleep if you had no furniture?
Yeah, slept. Well, we had beds,
Oh,
and I had to sleep in a child's bed probably till I was a teenager. I had the same bed, so they probably somebody gave him the bed. People gave stuff, and I remember a lady gave the dining room table and chairs with the padded, nice red velvet padded seats.
Wow.
And my mother protected those chairs with her life.
I'm
She
sure.
wouldn't let anybody sit on them.
Oh.
And the table was kind of a large, regular large dining room table. And by the time we got to the third farm to move, the table was too big for the room.
Oh, yeah.
So, but that table went with us from farm to farm. Nice varnished square table, fancy. And
What
those
about
chairs.
the chairs?
The chairs came with us all the way, but we're never allowed to use the chairs.
Oh,
I wonder if your dad remembers those chairs.
I don't know.
Because they were with us. But my mother figured that they were so nice that they'd get ruined if especially if he sat on
Wow.
with his dirty clothes or
So,
something.
so they were just decorative then.
Oh yeah, she'd have them sitting by the wall.
How funny.
I don't know. It was funny.
Oh,
You know, when you think of that stuff now, it's funny.
yeah.
And then the table, he always read the paper. Father always read the paper. And he's got the paper all spread out on the table. And so Mother wouldn't know if he's done with the paper, if she could take it away or what. So it would just lay there. And I remember that paper on that table. Just, you know, a certain section, then put it over here. And so it was like all over the table. It wasn't neatly piled. It was just all over. And I used to hate that. I see that every day. And, you know, to sit at that table and eat, you'd have to just have a little spot, clear a little spot for your dish. So anyway.
Well,
yeah.
how could you sit there if you couldn't sit at the chairs?
Oh, she'd have some old junky chairs.
Oh, okay.
And I remember standing quite a bit to eat.
I bet. Yeah.
I do recall that.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't use the padded chairs, but that red velvet, I can't forget that. And so in that dining room, in the Royal Oak, beautiful chandelier type lamp with all these little, what would you call those little glass
Crystals?
crystals
Yeah.
hanging down. And you know, no furniture. Somebody gave them the table, the chairs, and let's see, what else did they have given to them?
How did she cook?
She had a stove. She
Okay.
had I think it was electric, and it was the one where the bottom of the stove, those curved legs.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You've
yeah.
seen those.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I first got married and came here, there was one of those old-fashioned
Uh-huh.
stoves here, and
Yeah.
I used that. It worked. Everything. The oven was on the side.
Right,
you
right.
know, 4 burners, oven on the side, and those.
But it was electric?
Pardon?
It was electric?
It was electric.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And probably we ended up giving that away because I wanted new.
Sure.
That's when I got my stove.
Yeah.
And actually gave that stove to somebody. They wanted to take it up north up there.
Yeah.
And if I had that stove today, what would it be worth?
I have no idea.
So anyway, but I remember that electric stove, and you know,
There's somebody there.
that
I think there's somebody there.
somebody